Hi there! Today we're discussing our Ballista/force generator kit. This multi-purpose kit is really useful for a variety of STEM activities in elementary all the way up to high school, and will get your students generating and analyzing data at a variety of levels. So let's start by assembling it. There are two different ways to assemble this kit because it has two different purposes. It can, one, be turned into a ballista to talk about projectile motion, generate data as you are launching projectiles, or you can use it as a force generator mechanism, so your data is consistent from trial to trial. Let's start by assembling the force generator portion first. Take the pencil piece and slide it into the T-rail on the Ballista base frame. If you're noticing a little bit of friction, slide it back and forth to remove any excess overhang material that might have drooped a little bit during printing. Then take the first rubber band and loop it around the front of the Ballista kit. Take the hook and slide it onto the little cylinder at the back. Then take another rubber band and slide it into the notch in the hook so that it is holding the hook down. Then loop the final rubber band around twice and go over both of these little peg pieces at the front. To finish assembly, take your number 2 pencil and slide it into the pencil piece. And now you have a force generator mechanism that will release this pressure in an equal way every time. To reset it, slide the pencil piece back, push on the back of the hook, and then let it latch on that little peg at the back of the pencil piece so that it holds it ready to go. And then to release, simply push down on the back of the hook. To change it from a force generator kit into a ballista, simply remove the pencil from the pencil piece and then insert the earplug into the front cylinder on the earplug piece. You can then use the same loading mechanism as you did with the force generator, where you push the pencil piece back and hook it on the hook. Only now, to use this as a ballista, you're going to take the earplug piece and set it right in the end there. When you push down on the back of the hook, the contact force of the pencil piece hitting the earplug piece is going to send the earplug piece flying. So let's say you want to get more consistent in your data so that your students aren't just moving this at any given angle, but you want them to have it set at a designated angle. To do that, you can either find these flexible pieces in the individual parts and slide them onto the pencils, and then slide it into the bottom of these 2 cylinders on the edge of the Ballista kit. Now, to determine the height you want to set these rubber bands or rings at, you can have your students in high school use trigonometry to figure out the launch angle based on what height that would have to be. Or at earlier levels, you can certainly just designate a distance that you want your students to do that at. You can then look at the shape of the parabola that is generated when launching the earplug projectile, and getting them to be really comfortable with accurate scientific measurement and analysis. With that, whether you're doing dot plots in elementary school, mean and absolute deviation, distance over time in middle school, or standard deviation, trigonometry, parabolic curve analysis in high school, you've got a lot of really great physics options using our Ballista kit. And more than that, you can use it as a force generator kit with your hover pucks, your cars, your angular momentum activities, so that you have even more flexibility with this kit that I'm sure you're going to find lots of great ways to use in your classroom. Can't wait to hear about all of them.